Welcome everybody to the Casper Podcast. I'm your gracious, beautiful, blessed, beloved, and black host, the kid they call Casper. The KID in Kid Casper stands for King in Development. I'm that menace with the melanin. Reject me as I am, as long as he is still relevant. So, it was kind of funny. I didn't exactly think I would be back here. First off, can we talk about how great yesterday was? I'm over here trying to get my headset ready, so I'm just like making sure I'm all good. This is what I hear. Okay, my goodness. You know, it's also very weird. I think it's weird that this thing like kind of whispers in your ear in a very like breathy type of way. If that's gonna be the first thing I rant about this morning, then it might as well. It's not this morning, it's in the afternoon. But it's not disconnected. You're right here in my ear. So how are you disconnected, darling? My goodness. And also like, can you calm down? Good God. Anyway, hopefully everybody is doing all right today. It's gonna be, I wouldn't say it's gonna be so much a heavy conversation. Hopefully this will be liberating, insightful, encouraging, and edifying to some of y'all's. I feel like this is gonna be one of those that obviously I'll give like my kingdom mindset. I'll give my, I guess like I'll go off of my experience, my knowledge, the best way. And as I also seek nuance to give some advice to people that may be going through some type of a funk, some type of a season of suffering, whatever you may have it. But before we get all too heavy in that, I'm gonna drop the intro real quick. If this is your first time tuning in today, hello, I am the kid that they call Casper. I am a rapper slash activist. Some people call it a raptivist. Basically, what it means is like, I rap for God. I do the work of God in the streets, and I also clap for God, but at the same time, you get clapped on for God too. You know what I'm saying? Far from a pacifist, you know what I'm saying? Ghostthreads.com. That's how we pay the bills around here. I have to change up how I introduce myself a little differently as time and life has advanced with some new developments and everything like that. That it's we'll kind of get into that tonight, possibly. I don't know, depending on how much I feel like I can't even say the word exposing, just kind of like shining a light on some of the things I have to talk about today. But the subject matter I am talking about is, and the way I titled this was, let me make sure I got it right for everybody, is they were manufactured, they will not prosper. So for some of my my folks that tune in today, the arrows and the weirdos, what I'm saying, the beloved children of God, some of y'all are dark, some of y'all is light, some of y'all may or may not season y'all food, depending on what side of heaven you're falling on, I guess. We're talking a lot about in which things that come against you, and when I say like things that come against you, we're talking about how these things can come against you. It could be a thorn in your side in a sense. It could be something that may be hindering you in some way. And hopefully, because I've built up kind of a rapport off of saying what your pastor won't say and don't say, that could either work to my benefit or my disadvantage. So I don't know. So before we, kind of settle in, and get into like the heavy topics, everybody let me know where they're watching this from. Give this video a like, a share, thumbs up, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I know I see my little sister, my Auntie Maya. She's not, it's funny how I call her like my little sister, but I call her Auntie Maya at the same time. Got Black Girl Warrior from one of the most ghetto states in the United States. I think that's Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Maya's in North Kakalakis. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for everybody to kind of pile in as I over here and I sip my tea. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Boston. Weirdo from Florida. Yes, that's true. Boston. I keep forgetting that you're in Boston, Howard. And also, if anybody would love to join this conversation, the link is pinged up in the comment section. And I feel bad for what you say? You didn't. I didn't what? What did I do? Key, you got to be specific. Like, there's a lot of stuff I do and don't do. I need you to be specific about what I did and didn't do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not copping no charges that I need to. What's that called? I need a motion of discovery. I'm not copping into no pleas to something. What'd you say? I'm in Florida, not a Floridian. I mean, what's the difference? Like, what is it? I'm trying to think. Like, isn't it like America is like Florida to the rest of the world, but then Florida is Florida to the United States? Let your imagination deal with that. You can reconcile that with however you want to. Anyway, but what I was saying earlier, and this will be a good conversation because I feel like, yeah, I went there. This conversation will be good for pretty much anybody. So if you want to join the conversation, the link is pinged up in the bio on the YouTube chat. Everybody on Facebook, you're kind of lame, unfortunately. I started just rewarding people on YouTube because y'all don't really show up half the time anyway. When you was describing Black girl, I wasn't describing her. She was describing herself as the weirdo from Florida. I didn't do that. Like, come on, man. It just stop accusing me of being mean before I'm actually being mean. Y'all will know when I'm being mean. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to guess with me too much. Hear me? Like, my Minnie Mouse cup. How are y'all doing today? On Tuesday, one day removed from hump day. How's everybody doing in the comment section? Hopefully everybody had actually, no, let's not just push on. Like, just keep it a beanie if you want to. If we had to do like a 1 to 10, 1 being piss poor remedial, I need to go to summer school. You in that mood, we'll go with the 1. If you in a 10 and you start walking on water, you turn into Dasani bottles and the wine, be a 10. This man put a Q? What's a Q? Howard, now I'm really concerned because I can't tell. I can't tell if you are, 1, not doing well, or if you is dyslexics. Oh, I came late. I was like, yeah, you did. You came in here and started accusing Black folk of doing something that we wasn't even doing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I see Tyler in here. I'm serious. We'll do mental health check-ins before we dives into it. How's everybody doing today? Let me know. I'm in a semi-good mood, though. I'm ready to... Okay, I'm at a 9 to 7. He said both. I don't know what the Q is. What number? Okay, 4 is honest. I appreciate your honesty. She said, Key, you're fine. Like, I forgave you already. You know what I'm saying? Motivation. I'm on a 6 point. 8. Okay. You were okay. First, you was a 9, and then a 6.5. Like, I mean, you live in Florida. The weather changes like nonstop. I can only imagine that. Never mind. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is how we need to, in a lot of ways, I feel like as people, we need to kind of humanize each other more when it comes to like some of the things that we go through as a people. And when I say this, like sometimes, and it was funny, I was talking about this to both my group chats. I don't think I was talking about this in the Discord, but I know I was talking about this in both my group chats. Sometimes we end up kind of giving our opinion on somebody's circumstance and trying to give an opinion on somebody's circumstances and not really like lamenting with them what their circumstances look like. So when I say like what we talk about when I say the word like lamenting, because we talked about this briefly yesterday when y'all was getting that word in the I don't even want to call it Bible study. It was kind of crazy. Sister Lonnie threw a whole palm tree. I had an asthma attack. It was hilarious. But like I guess like, you know, the term lament for Webster's, you know, for those that's okay with Webster, all right. He says a passionate expression of grief or sorrow. And sometimes I think when we think about the stuff that everybody has been through over the last, we'll just say like the last like 18 months, you know, we had this pandemic when we're still in this pandemic. For us that are, you know, got melanin in our skin, and those that don't have melanin, but we know you blackity black. How you doing, Maya? Yeah, you hear me. You know what I'm saying? Maya and AJ, my brothers and sisters with the I think with albinism, not the albinism. That sounds very dehumanizing. But you know, we going through a pandemic and then a clandemic. You know, everybody's going through, they're probably being tested mentally in ways that they've never been tested before. People are having conversations that probably never had before. It's a lot of being uncomfortable. A lot of people are going through these seasons in which that there's a place of discomfort taking place. And what happens when you feel uncomfortable? You kind of like have to, I don't know about y'all, but for me, English be hard sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, but I don't know about y'all, but for me, when I get discomfortable, I have a bony butt, like meaning like I don't even have a butt. I have this area that like my legs and my back meet. So like if I get hit back there hard enough, like not only will you possibly put my spine out of alignment, I might have to sneeze afterwards. Do with that what you will. I said what I said. But you know, sometimes I'll have to like shift how I sit in a sense. And sometimes will end up happening as I'm like trying to shift. It's hard to kind of like get going. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to like move forward. She said, Key, we're not getting in that with you right now. But she said all back. You are so stupid. But for me, like I have to like get I gotta like shift a little bit. Like I can't ride in a car for a very, very long time. Long drives, like I like driving, but not long drives because I have a bad back. You know what I'm saying? I have to like get out, stretch. My sciatic acts up. I'll get a cramp in my leg and everything like that. And you know, I gotta like stop. I have to stop. Not so much that and because this is like normal to me because I've had it for so long, it's just something I kind of got to do. You know what I'm saying? And when we're talking about things that you kind of just have to be accustomed to, like, I don't know if Key has a bad back. I'm all back, so I know I have a bad back. But but for me, because I'm so used to be doing this for so long, like this is normal to me. To others, it may seem like suffering. This is just me, I guess I'll say like surviving in a sense. You know, I had a slip disc when I was 14 years old. I used to play basketball. I went up for a rebound, trying to secure the ball. On the way down, my spine was exposed. I had a slip disc. Boom. A couple months later, tore every ligament in my left knee, and boom. I woke up, started rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like probably could have went D1, not really. Probably could have went like D2 or something like that. Messed my back up, messed my knee up. Decided I'm gonna like rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this rapping thing, but that's besides the point. But you know, when it comes to like some of these things, not so much that. And I hate like that stance that people say when it comes to like when you're going through something. They're like, oh man, it's just shaping you and refining you. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So if I get shot in the lung, right? You know what I'm saying? Like in the lung, like somebody shoots me in my bird chest, feathers everywhere, and like there's a hole in my lung. Am I stronger because it didn't kill me? Or am I breathing through a ventilator? You know what I'm saying? So I don't really like that stance. But I say that to say, like, when I tell people that these things were manufactured, but they will not prosper. Basically, I am telling you that not so much you have to, this can be translated to so many things and it could be anything. You could think of emotions. You could think of like emotions, meaning like you could be talking about heartbreak. You can talk about aggravation. Like people are going to continue to make you mad, but they can make you mad, but they can't make you. You know what I'm saying? People can traffic can cause you to be late, but not to lose time off your clock, but not cause you to lose your job. Like people could cause you to lose your peace, but you never can necessarily lose your peace. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these things are hurdles in our lives that people kind of need to normalize in a lot of ways because they're just meant to be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, an analogy I always like to use as a video game nerd, when you're headed in the right direction and there's enemies there, you're on the right path. It's when everything's easy is when you should probably be a little worried. Am I just roaming? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these things and I feel like, the reason that I can like reconcile with this a lot of ways is because like, in case anybody didn't know, like I'm Black. Hi. I'm Black, right? So like, I'm born into a war I didn't start. So it's not so much that like, and there's like this weird stigma that a lot of people, especially like within the church, they don't want to have the conversation, is that, we are a blessed people. You know what I'm saying? We are a blessed people that has been through curses. You know what I'm saying? There's proof of like, there's proof of necessarily like, of privilege and oppression and captives and everything like that. Like we can't talk about we could never speak about the wonders and everything of what liberation felt like if we didn't speak of the captivity first. You know what I'm saying? Like we are called the leaders of the beautiful struggle because not only did we have to lead into the change of this country, but because there had to be a struggle in which we needed to be led out of. You know what I'm saying? So these things were manufactured, they will not prosper. You know what I'm saying? And you could just, when I say like, you can literally apply this like anywhere, and you have to be reminded like some of these things, not so much are going to make you stronger, but some of these things are just part of the makeup of what it means to be featured in this course of your life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, I always say when you get more influence, you get more responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you get more responsibility, you got more people that sit under you that you got to keep track of, and they pluck your nerves. You know what I'm saying? They pluck your nerves, and you got people in which that sit over you that you probably have to answer to. Oh man, I got Maya about to throw her phone and everything like that. Let me work. Let me work, queens. Let me work. Please let me work. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of cases in which we can never really, really appreciate the victory if we do not recognize where we almost lost it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking like, you want to hear me? Like keep it real for some people. Like when you paid them bills, when you don't know how you paid them bills, or better yet, you paid them bills and you know how you paid them bills. The Lord made a way when you thought there was no way, and then the bills got paid. You know what I'm saying? And then the reason you can really appreciate the glory of that bill being paid, because you remember that moment when you felt like that was not going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So it's the it's the walking down this road of righteousness, because you had to recognize when this was ratchet at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for people that have been, for those that are probably in a relationship, those that are married and everything like that, and for those that aren't married, that's fine. I'm single and ashy, so I kind of just, that's besides the point. But it could easily be when you recognize you can be grateful for when your marriage is really, really good, because you remember when it was really, really bad. This moment was manufactured. This moment, failure isn't a man, it's a moment. This moment, this period in time in which your marriage was bad, it was manufactured. You know what I'm saying? Whatever put it there, whether it was jealousy, contention, ambition, somebody was slipping into infidelity, you name it, whatever you want to name it. This was manufactured in a moment that could have made the marriage, but it did not prosper. It did not, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many instances, but I don't think we don't realize that. And I think that sometimes when we don't take the time to really mourn and feel the losses, lament the losses, we can never really enjoy the wonders of the wins. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kind of walk this through, and you don't gotta be, this is the best part. This hit me at I literally came up with the thumbnail. On this at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, I wanted to wait till one of my elders in divinity was up. So I was like, wait, is she still up? Because I don't want to be up and send her this and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point. But yeah, I definitely said this to Maya, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm talking about tonight. I had no idea what I was talking about tonight, but this is what I'm talking about tonight. And I got this from staying up all night, and just, that's besides the point. I did get sleep, by the way. I did get sleep. I passed out when I passed out. And when I passed out, it was that there was a river. there was a river of the drools. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of gross. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't a beautiful moment, but that's besides the point. I'm a child of God, and I'm made in the image and the likeness. And anyway, we're not going to get into the word right now. That's besides the point. So one of the things I want to talk about, and I want to talk about this, but I'm going to speak out of experience, because I speak out of experience and pain. I preach out of my pain. And I don't got to be all biblical. I don't got to throw the Bible verses and everything in everybody's face, but I always point people, I always redirect traffic when people ask me where I get direction from. And hopefully this can be liberating for some people. So when I talk about that these things were manufactured, but they will not prosper. You know what I'm saying? They will not prosper. They were manufactured, but they will not prosper. You heard me? So hopefully y'all are tracking. Send this to somebody. Like I said, this is, though I am the Christian rapper, I am not rapping on this podcast, and I'm not about to hit y'all a whole bunch of Bible verses. This is just me speaking out of my truth. And hopefully that this truth can be encouraging in some way, shape, or form to people. But we're going to get into it. So when I talk about you need to be able to lament with the losses, to really recognize the wonders of the wins, this is really, really important, because it's hard to really appreciate when things were good if you never mourned when things was trifling. You know what I'm saying? I think of how in this small instance, and I'm already praising God for whenever I get married, because your boy want to get married one day. If the Lord wants to give me kids, that'd be great too, but I wants to get married. The reason, and not so much I know why I want to get married, because I want to get married. I want to get married, but I also want to make sure that I'm prepared and equipped to be a husband that I want to. If I want a Proverbs 31, this is the first and last time I'm gonna preach on this podcast. If I want Proverbs 31 and a wife, I need to be Proverbs 1-30, and a husband. That's the last thing I'm saying. If you want more of the sermon, sign up for the Patreon. That's besides the point. But the thing in which somebody told me after my last relationship, and y'all know about that one. I talked to a couple of people about that. My you know, with my ex cheated on me. I woke up to it on Facebook. Bro, when you find out when somebody's cheating on you on Facebook, fam, and church is canceled. So it's like, yo, I ain't got my girl and I ain't got church. I mean, like that, my old church was a cult. So I guess it's really not that big of a deal. That's the last palm tree I'm throwing for the day. But no, it's not. But it was real, and it was really, really heartbreaking. It was monumental to the moment in which of my life, because my life had been all planned out. Like, it was funny. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, when I say like this happened in like 2019, I had the years 2018 to like maybe 2021 planned out just from this relationship. I'm talking apartment, houses, cars, all that. I had all that planned out, all that. You know, she cheated, she cheated on me with somebody that ain't got no teeth. I told you I'm not throwing, you know what I'm saying? And I say that because like, there's these times in which like these moments will be created in which it instills insecurities. You feel that you are less than, or I'll speak for myself. I felt like I was less than. I felt like I was not worth it or worthy. I thought that this is all that was going to be made for me. And I remember one of the bits of advice. Love my brother David, man. Brother David gave me this advice. He said, you know what? I think you need to really let this hurt. And when I said, he said, you just need to let this hurt. You want to be sad? Be sad, boy. Just be sad. Yeah, we'll talk about that offline. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want the full, never mind. We'll talk about that offline. But my brother was like, you're gonna have to be sad. And he was saying, like, you really need to feel this loss. Regardless of how it feels, you need to feel this loss. And you need to recognize this loss and recognize the pain and the suck of the suck. You need to recognize the suck and the suckiness of this loss. You know what I'm saying? You need to lament this loss. That way, when you get a new girl or get a new wife, you know what I'm saying? If you get a new wife, like I had a first wife, but when you get a wife, you'll be able to appreciate what goodness feels like, because you have something to reference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like everybody remembers that TikTok years ago with that real short sister went on this date with this dude, and he was getting popcorn or something, and he was like, yeah, let me get a large. And she was like, a large? You know, she probably been through some dudes that came in there was like, you can't have candy for this movie. We got Halls, we got cough drops, like Skittles. We got cough drops. You can bring it to the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, but for her, she knows that. You know what I'm saying? That's a reference point for her. She remembers when it was down bad. That's why when somebody came through with a large, she was like, a large, because she was able to lament in the losses. That way she can recognize the wonder in the wins. You know what I'm saying? These things were manufactured. These moments were manufactured, meaning they were made, but they did not prosper, meaning like they did not define her. They did not predestine what it was supposed to be normal for her as an individual. So sometimes so I think so. Is her name Quinta? I'm not sure. I just remember it was a TikTok, and that's something I always reference when some people are like, oh, you're so nice. I'm like, because I said, God bless you. That doesn't make me a nice person. There's plenty of people in church that say nice things to people, but curse them in the name of Jesus. Anyway, but that's what I'm talking about when I say like these things are manufactured, but they shall not prosper. You know what I'm saying? Like it, but that it hurt. It still kind of hurts. You know what I'm saying? There's he got money. That's exactly. See, now you tracking. You heard me. Throw the marathon flag up, or throw the I love you if you tracking. But that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this. Like these things will be manufactured, but they will not prosper. And you could talk about this with anything. I have synesthesia, right? And I have these lights. I can't get like a normal. I have these lights like in my studio, right? So like I have these lights that I can manipulate depending on how like my if I have a migraine or something, and or like if my synesthesia is causing like sensory overload, I can manipulate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it kind of throws me for a second, and I need to like play around with it. I've had synesthesia since as long as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? And with synesthesia, basically every time I hear sound, I see colors. That's just what it is. It's kind of weird. Well, it's not kind of weird. It is weird because, like, when I tell you that light bulbs make noise, and how I know that is because they change colors without me having to touch the remote, I'm not kidding. It's like that. I still know how to match my clothes. I'm not saying that's not how I'm driving this home. I'm so playing. But for me, like, you know, this was really, really trying for me, like growing up and everything like that. In school, I hated school because of my synesthesia. If I'm in math class and somebody's popping a gum, somebody's stomping a foot, it's just sensory overload. I can't pay attention. And because I didn't really necessarily understand what synesthesia was at this time, I was just like, maybe your brain's just supposed to work like this. You know what I'm saying? I get migraines, like really, really bad migraines. My sister Maya has chronic migraine. I don't want to say illness, disorder, Maya. If it's disorder, then, you know, say disorder. If it's not disorder and it's illness, let me know in the I just, you know, I want to be sensitive in which, you know, what you got on your plate, queen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to like minimize or be insensitive to what you may be dealing with. But, you know, my sister has like these issues in which that she has to deal with, and a lot of her days are super, super taxing. Like, and I get it, though it's not the same scale. And I don't like to, you know, compare boo-boos, but like, yo, migraine, bro. Yo, you got a migraine, especially if you live in a humid state, bro, when the air's so thick you could bite the air. Like, oh my gosh, like a migraine just ain't it, shorty. But, you know, a lot of things come with it. With a lot of things come with like these migraines. Sometimes with migraines, you don't really want to be around people because you're irritable. You don't really want to like, because we both do like graphic designing and everything like that. Sometimes you don't even want to you don't want to sit in front of a light, period. Like, I'll sit in the dark, I sit in the dark 9 times out of 10. The most I sit in front of lights is when I'm doing like this podcast and everything like that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm sitting in the dark, I got the brightness on mine. You know what I'm saying? I got the brightness on my phone turned way down because of my synesthesia. Like I said, sensory overload and everything like that. Because migraines like will jack me up, bro. Like, I've had a whole day planned. I've had to cancel dates. That's another reason why I'm still single and ashy, because I have migraines. You know what I'm saying? But I've had to cancel dates because of migraines. You know what I'm saying? And like, these things come with me. It's my thorn in my side. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do a little, like, you can't see me doing a little bachata, but I'm doing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can, anyway. But when, you know, these things in which I got to deal with, I have to combat with, I have to go against the grain with, and everything like that. I normalize them for me in my life because I know that it was made for me. And I know this sounds kind of dark. I'm speaking only for me. I don't want anybody to like I said, I'm speaking out of my own pain. I don't want anybody to try to say this is how you should feel about these things. This is just me sharing my thoughts. So please, I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to like tell you this is how you should think about your pain. This is how you should feel about your heartbreak. That, like, get out my face. Headbutt a knife. I'm never going to talk to anybody like that. That's ridiculous. I do know that the word is sound, and the word is the same as it was, you know, yesterday as it will be today, and nothing is new under the sun. So hopefully that when this does fall, it will fall not on deaf ears, and this will make sense to people. But for me, I knew that these things in which I had to deal with, they were tailor-made for me. You know what I'm saying? The things that trigger me, trauma-wise, they are built off of experience, scarring, like literal scarring in my brain. Migraines tailor-fitted for me. Music, sound is too much. If the migraines from like the air density, you know what I'm saying? All that tailor-fitted for me. Things are manufactured, you know what I'm saying, for me. These are weapons. These things were tailor-fitted for me. They sized up and everything for me. That don't mean that this is gonna win, though. You know what I'm saying? Like these things are coming against you for a reason. Like there's a reason why you, even though it's kind of hard to get past level 5, but there's a level 6. You know what I'm saying? You were supposed to get past level 5. There's a reason why there's a level 6. There's a reason why were given today after you just had yesterday. I'm not trying to hit you with this. You need to be grateful for every day you had. Once again, I don't do that whole prosperity gospel crap. That bugs me out, bro. But everything that you went through yesterday was manufactured for you. It might even spilling into today. But the fact that you were given time, you know what I'm saying? The fact that you were given time lets you know that throbbing feeling, that the sensation, that throbbing feeling in which you were going through, that was supposed to, it was going to stop throbbing, or maybe it was going to throb so much. Because sometimes for me with my migraines, with my synesthesia, I have a migraine all the time, or better yet, I have a headache all the time. Sometimes it goes from a headache to a migraine. I have a bad back. Sometimes it goes from, it doesn't hurt, it's just stiff. And then there's some days where I'm just like, bruh, if it's cold outside, I'm not moving. I feel like the Tin Man. I need to sit under a heating pad, well, on top of it, underneath it. I don't know. I'll put it under my neck, whatever I need to do. Tailor-fitted weapons were formed against me, manufactured for me. But that does not mean that they have to prosper. You know what I'm saying? It does not mean that they prosper. And that's not, once again, I do not like the prosperity gospel, because it's kind of, it preys on like people's emotions, and it hits you with the attaboy, you know what I'm saying? Chronic migraine disease, my bad. So it is disease, not disorder or illness. Okay, thank you. Thank you for, clarifying. I appreciate that, Auntie Maya. But yeah, when we're talking about like, and these things, like I said, though it's not normal in which we go through, I think we need to recognize the things that we go through are meant for us to go through, because the things that probably were manufactured to hurt us would probably kill other people. You know what I'm saying? The things that we are called to do, nobody could do before we got here. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I always tell people, like, the impact you have on somebody is going to be vastly different than the impact that you have on another person, or the impact you have on that individual is going to be different than the impact another individual has on that individual. You know what I'm saying? The things that are manufactured to harm us or trying to kill us might actually kill other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get real for a second. For my melanated folk, white people, you know what I'm saying? I know, I get it. Look, hear me out. I got white people that follow me. Like, God bless y'all. Y'all are obviously the dopest ones around anyway. But white people, like, I'm just keeping a beanie with y'all. Like, the stuff in which that, like, what we go through as a people, talking about, like, American descendants of slavery, you know what I'm saying? The things in which we go through, y'all couldn't deal with that for a day. We deal with this for a life. You know what I'm saying? And hear me out when I say, and I want, like, hold on real quick. Hear me out. The things we deal with for a life, y'all couldn't deal for in a day. In a day. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what I said a couple years ago. A lot of people will talk about the creases in your shoes. A lot of people will talk about a lot of people ain't never walk a mile in your shoes, but talk about the creases in them. You know what I'm saying? I see Maya over here. If other people took a mile in your shoes, it might die. Yeah. Bunions bursting, blood leaking everywhere. I'm just saying, like, that's why when some people are like, oh man, if I was going through that, I'm like, be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have bipolar disorder. Okay. I have days. I'm okay. I'm just gonna open up by saying I'm okay. But I was just telling somebody the other day, I have bipolar disorder. I can't control whether or not, like, when I have a chemical imbalance, I don't take medication. I have bipolar too. It's all nutrition based, sleep based. I gotta just make sure I'm consistent. Consistency is key to, stability in my life. But I'm just gonna keep it a beanie with y'all. There's been many days over just the last, I'll just say like the last couple of weeks, where I was having voices. I'm not like on some I don't want to minimize when I say I hear like voices. I'm more so just the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say voices because some people actually are like battling through that. And I pray for them and, pray that God give them strength to fight through their own mess. But I've had thoughts where I'm just going to speak out of and once again, I am fine. I want everybody to understand when I say this, I am fine. You know what I'm saying? The weapons are manufactured. They not prospering. So I just want everybody to know and hear me out. As I say, I am fine. But over the last couple of weeks, dog, like, I've had thoughts like, yo, I'm ready to give this up. Or I'm ready for God to just pull the plug. Like, I don't like, I wasn't in a place where I'm ready to end it, but I'm like, God, can you? I'm waiting for the trumpet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll keep it a beanie with y'all. I was like, hey, yo, I've had it. Cussing. There's times like I'll just be like, I don't sleep some nights and I just stay up. And I just be like, I'm gonna keep it. Like I said, I'll say what I'll keep it a beanie with y'all because I like to preach out of my pain and keep it real with y'all. I don't do that. I got to 140 subscribers out of transparency, not off of pretending to be somebody who I'm not. You know what I'm saying? We did hit 140 yesterday, but that's completely besides the point. But I was there. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I don't care. Couple weeks ago, not everybody knows this, but everybody in my community group knows it. And I know my sister's about to jump through yell at me after this. We can yell about this in the Zoom, but you ain't about to yell at me on my own podcast. But couple weeks ago, almost like a month ago, y'all know that what I've been dealing with financially, I've been trying to make things happen. But people are these weapons are being manufactured and blocking my blessings, but they ain't blocking me from knowing I'm blessed. So with that being said, there are things that are slowing down the process in which for me to like take care of the things in which I'm trying to do. Couple weeks ago, I'm just, like I said, keep it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't operate in pride. You know what I'm saying? I wear skinny jeans. I don't need pride. I wear skinny jeans. Pride is too tight. I'm good. Couple weeks ago, I had my car repoed. Just gonna keep it a beanie with y'all. I had my car repoed. I got behind on my payments. I'll keep, like I said, I'm gonna keep it a beanie and a half with y'all. Beanie and a half with the 2 cents. Hear me? Hold the coke. But I had, I think I shared this on my TikTok a couple months ago. I had an incident where like my license was suspended. They were dicking around with my mail and stuff, and I wasn't getting my tickets, and the things were just going up, but nobody tried to alert me. Nobody tried to do anything like that. So my fine's racking up. I couldn't appeal it. It was too late. So I took care of that because I was already out and about when I found out about this nonsense. And what ended up happening? Oh, I was like, my sister just texted me. I told you not to text me about this. I told you not to text me, Jess. I told you not to text me, Jess. Let me finish. Hear my point. So I had to pay, it was like $500 worth of fines. So I had to pay $500 off. And I was like, you know what? I'll just pay my rent. My rent is fine. I'll figure out the car thing later. Life happens, as a full-time content creator, entrepreneur. I am a businessman. You know what I'm saying? I said, Maya, she texted me because she didn't want to say it in the chat. Like, I just gave her a wrench and she might get put in timeout just from what she texted me, not what she said in the chat. I can't with you. I might even put you in timeout just to be an a-hole. That's besides the point. But yeah, so my car got repoed. I'll keep it real. I'll keep it real with y'all. Like, and I say this because, like, my car got repoed. My car got taken away. I ended up getting it back, by the grace of God, and, God sending people to step in and helping me out and everything like that. But it's funny that I was thinking of this What Up RG lyric. I think it's the Freeze song, if I'm not mistaken. He said, "We lost the whip, but we ain't lose the drive." You know what I'm saying? Like, the race, just because something was manufactured to create a circumstance in which that something could be taken from you, assassinated from you, crippled to your life, does not mean that shit's gonna win. You understand me? Like, in that moment taught me, for me, you know what I'm saying? In that moment, for me, it taught me, I was like, I need to learn how to lean on people. You know what I'm saying? I need to learn how to lean on people I'm uncomfortable leaning on. You know what I'm saying? Pride is, you know what I'm saying? Pride is for those that don't know what that song I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? That's a slapper. What Up RG's, I think it's Freeze, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. But yeah, like that, it took me, and I say that because, I feel, and it's not so much that I think that like God was trying to like punish me, because, this happened because, stupid judicial system, them not trying to send me stuff, trying to jack my life up, and I'm not getting my tickets, and I got to pay this, and I got to take care of this, and then, things end up falling behind. That's all by design, but I don't feel like going on that rant about systematic racism right now, because we're talking about how these weapons were manufactured, but they shall not prosper. In that moment, like I said, my my car was taken away from me. My whip was gone. You know what I'm saying? I remember walking by my bathroom, walking by my in my apartment. I was walking by, and my front door is right here. So like, I'm walking over here, and I'm like, before I go to the bathroom, I always look over here, and I was just like, what? I was like, where's my auntie car? Right outside, my car was not there anymore. I was like, what the hell? When the hell did they even do this? You know what I'm saying? But it took me putting my plate. It took me putting myself, and like I said, I don't see myself as a prideful person, but it showed me where there were some things, there were some weapons that I manufactured in my life that I thought I needed. You know what I'm saying? There are some weapons in my life that I had manufactured. My always wanting to seem, and it's not all the time, but always wanting to seem like I'm okay. And I don't, you know, I try not to like let people know I'm falling apart. I'm a fixer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're all called to be fixers. God didn't call us, and I'm not trying to get biblical, but God did not call us to be a broken people. You know what I'm saying? We are fixers. Me, I'm one of those people, I don't like being fixed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people that I don't want to give off a false persona. I just won't let you know when I'm falling apart. I'd rather shine your crown. I'm tall as hell too. I'm 6'3". You ain't got time to have me dip down low. You know what I'm saying? Humility. I have to get low and humble myself and let somebody know, hey, my crown really not that shiny, dog. You know what I'm saying? Pride let me keep it up on my head, though. Pride let me pride that weapon I manufactured, you know what I'm saying? Or the devil. The devil gave it to me. It was manufactured by the devil. I decided to wield it, be prideful, be all, oh, let me know so much about, let me just take care of everybody else. I want, you know, if I just take care of everybody else, I feel better about my own you know what I'm saying? And no, it wasn't like that. It took me having to get real with myself, because there's so many times in which I will much rather take care of everybody else. I get shorted. I'm gonna get real quick. I'll get shorted. I told you I'll change my intros up. I'll get shorted. You know what I'm saying? For me, I will go above and beyond. I will go the extra mile so somebody don't even got to give me 2 inches. I will give extra effort. That way, all somebody got to give me is excuses. I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? And what ends up happening for me, for instance, is I much rather go without, because I don't want to have to ask people to do right by me. So I rather go above and beyond and overcompensate and do right by other people. So what ended up happening? Y'all know what I do. I'm a Christian raptivist. I'm a rapper / activist. You know, I love Jesus, far from a pacifist. You know what I'm saying? And it took me having to get real and be like, hey, this is what's going on with me. This is what's going on with me, and I need to be taken care of while I'm doing this. Why? Because these bills was manufactured, they shall not prosper. And Paul said a worker was worth his wages. I need to get my wage from my work. You know what I'm saying? What ended up happening though? I end up having to like figure out. I end up having to figure out how you think it's funny, like when I tell people, like when I say like these weapons were manufactured, sometimes I'll say like these weapons are manufactured. These moments were made for a lesson to be learned. This moment was made and manufactured for a lesson for me to learn that sometimes people rather you be inconvenienced before they're ever inconvenienced. And sometimes you think sometimes you put in so much effort into being selfless to other people because you don't want to have to find out how selfish the people you are being selfless to. And I'm just saying that was like, for me. It hit like, when I say like that hit like Hennessy, like Sprite in McDonald's. For some odd reason, the Sprite, they be cooking it in the Himalayan mountains. And when they stir it, it be tickling on the back of your throat. It be spicy. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. But yeah, sometimes we will go above and beyond to be selfless with people because we don't want to have to learn and find out how selfish other people are. And that's heartbreaking, boy. Like it goes back to like that performance-based love I always tell people. Sometimes we will want to please people so much because we don't ever want to create a space in which that we don't ever want to create a space in which that they can displease us. You know what I'm saying? We will convene other people so they can never show us a moment in which that they can inconvene us. You know what I'm saying? That Sprite is spicy. I don't know what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. That's Sprite spicy as hell. Try not to get emotional. I will not cry. I cried enough a couple weeks ago. I will not cry today. You know what I'm saying? But but these things are meant to happen. When I say like these things are meant to happen, these weapons we were never promised. You know what I'm saying? What, like, when I say like we are the, like, and I talk, this is why first of all, I love being black. Doggone it. I'm black and I'm beautiful. Doggone it. I'm black. I'm fine. And I'm in my right mind. You know what I'm saying? I love that I have this experience because in which I can speak to this and I know other people will understand. Like, there's a reason why, like, I say ain't no love like black love. I'm not talking about like you gotta date in your within your race, none of that crap. I'm saying we know how to love so hard because we've dealt with so much hate. You know what I'm saying? We've been able to lament the loss of love in our lives with our society we live in, the towns we grew up in, the schools that we were taught in, you know what I'm saying? The corporate spaces we collect paychecks in, you know what I'm saying? The reason why we love so hard is because we were born into a world that hated us before they even knew us. So I know y'all know what I'm talking about when I say this. Like there's a reason that's why I tell people like, yo, like the very fact, let them use your child in my Auntie Maya voice. But I want people to hear me out. Like, these things are supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? It sounds kind of crazy. Like, I'm not trying to like, oh, you're doomed. You're just cursed. And then, I don't do prosperity gospel, dog. I just know that some of these persecutions some of these persecutions were, like I said, they were meant to be made, they were meant to be manufactured, and they were meant to harm us. They were meant to try to kill us. And they were meant to stop us, but that doesn't mean that they stop us. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people, like, we gotta not so much be okay with the weapons that are manufactured, but we have to feel, bro. You gotta feel what that means. Like, I want you to, like, this is why I tell people being very emotionally self-aware and emotionally intelligent is important, because you gotta know what's going on with you. Black and brown people, let's get let's get real for a second. We go through, it's normal to us, but it ain't normal to other people. These things that are manufactured against us, these weapons are manufactured against us. This is not normal, dog. It was manufactured for us because they knew that we could take it, but it takes a toll on us. You know what I'm saying? We're born into a war we didn't even start, and a lot of us are born into a war we didn't even start, and I don't compare boo-boos. Like I said, we were born to wars we didn't even start. we teach our men and our women to be militant, but we don't teach our men and our women about medicine. We don't teach our men and our women about the medical field. We don't teach our men and our women about mental health. You know what I'm saying? We teach us how to be militant. Take your hood off, stand up straight. You know, hear me out. Take your hood off, stand up straight. Make sure your hair is tied up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure ain't no flyaways. Don't speak too loud. Don't pop off too loud. Don't do. We teach our people to be militant, but we don't talk about mental health and the toll it take on us. You know what I'm saying? These weapons are manufactured. Like PTSD is tailor-fitted for each and one of us in different ways. Tailor-fitted, because everybody's PTSD is different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about for us, like I want to let's keep it real. I want to be real. I want to be real with y'all, okay? These things is tailor-fitted for us. You know what I'm saying? I still can't go running because of Ahmaud Arbery. I can't, yo. Broad daylight, and this nigga got shot. I'm just keeping the beanie. I was like, oh, no, man. Like, I still can't do it. I can't sleep without taking sleep medication. I have to. Sometimes, like, I go to therapy twice a week. And when I say twice a week, I have 3 therapy sessions a week, but I have 2 separate days in which I do that with licensed or, you know, certified professionals. And this isn't me trying to like flex and deal with y'all, but sometimes when you know it's going to rain, you need to grab a raincoat. When you know it's going to rain, you need to get a raincoat, and you need to make sure, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that whatever bleeds into this ain't bleeding. When I say like your mind bleeds into everything, you know, they always say the heart of a man. Once again, I'm gonna get a little bit. And actually, no, I'm gonna hear me out, because you don't even need to be a Christian for this to make sense for you. But when God tells you to change as a person, your mind needs to be renewed. You know, they always say the heart of a man. This doesn't. Let me back up a little bit. Like this right here. This is my heart. I know it's a bird chest. Don't worry about the feathers right here. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, your heart right here, dog. This doesn't come with a conscience. This comes with blood. Some of it comes with cholesterol. Y'all need to eat better, kinfolk. That's besides the point. But this doesn't come with a mental. This doesn't come with a manual. This doesn't come with a moral compass. This doesn't come with insight. This doesn't come with dreams. This doesn't come with nightmares. This is just a heart. This is just the organ that pumps. The heart of a man is up here. You know what I'm saying? The heart of a man or woman, you know what I'm saying? When it's not exclusive to just men, but the heart of a man is up here. You know what I'm saying? And this needs to be taken care of. People be like, oh, my heart hurts. You mean your head hurts? If your heart actually hurts, you need to stop eating bacon with everything. And I'm not saying all black people, but and let's not say it, because there's plenty of white people that are dropping out here too, eating unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not exclude dietary. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about on the subject of she said, you've been speaking to my wife. Hey, yo, stop, Brother Howard. I wasn't doing that. Oh my gosh. But hear me out. Like, this is your shield. Or better yet, this tells you to pick your sword up. This tells you to pick your shield up. This tells you to put your armor on. This tells you to go take a shower. This tells you this is a receptive. This is the satellite dish. You know what I'm saying? This channels everything. This is HQ. You know what I'm saying? This is headquarters up here. If headquarters go down, the whole corporation falls. Heart of a man is up here. You know what I'm saying? Why? Why do we got to take care of this? Why do we got to take care of this? Because there are weapons that are manufactured so this does not prosper. You understand me? My people, I want you to hear me. There are weapons that are manufactured so this does not prosper. You know why? Because this is our hearts right here. You know what I'm saying? This is where the scars, the souvenirs, the trophies, this is where the family recipes, this is where the jokes we tell, this is where the traditions we have, this is where our soul come from. All that come from here. You think, bro, heart transplant, you get a heart transplant, you're still going to have the same personality. Why? Because the heart of a man is up here. If you ain't willing if you're not willing to make sure that this is taken care of, then the weapons that are manufactured so this does not prosper will kill us. Period. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like the we go through is not normal. I talked about microaggression a couple of months ago. You know, like there's a literal like there's like a literal like cellular like rotting that takes place when we go through just stuff as simple as like microaggression. Men in our community have conditions that white men in their 60s go through, 60s and 70s go through as early as their 20s. Bro, I had a heart attack at 22 years old. Boom. Transplant recipients actually are required to see a therapist after surgery because taking care of your mind matters most. Because it bleeds into everything. Because if HQ don't work, corporations shut down, dog. I don't know if anybody used to watch SpongeBob back in the day, but where like they had like 1,000 little SpongeBobs that worked in his brain, you know what I'm saying? And they worked throughout the rest of SpongeBob's body. Like that's us. Like there's copies of us that make us that are running around up here, and we don't take care of the thing that takes care of them and takes care of our body. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say like there's a scientific fact that there is cellular mutation that takes place when we go through something as simple as microaggression. I don't want to say simple because I don't ever want to minimize what y'all go through, especially some of the black women that are watching here, women of color in general, my double minorities, my queens out here. Like that is not normal, dog. Like not doggone normal one bit. I recommend everybody if you are an American descendant of slavery, if you are first generation, second generation, and you live in this country, remember, make America great, which really meant make America hate again. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like make America white again. Like in a white man's world, everybody that ain't that should make sure that this is being taken care of. Because these things are there are things that are manufactured so we can be taken down. Not, I'm gonna get off of us as a people real quick, but there are things that are manufactured for us to do so we can get taken down. There's a reason why your ex, let's get real for a second. There's a reason why your ex keep blowing your phone up, because they trying to keep you from your next. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why, people will love bomb you, because they don't want you to recognize when you're not actually being loved right. You know what I'm saying? Like people will love bomb you to staying at a job that'll keep you away from a career. You know what I'm saying? These things are going to be manufactured to take place so you can't prosper. You know what I'm saying? These things are everywhere. Everywhere, bro. Everywhere, bro. Trauma. My sister threw in trauma for a second. Your trauma will literally, that's what trauma really is. Honestly, it is like a rewire. It's like a reprogramming. It's introducing a new software that impacted your hardware at some point, and it tries to like manipulate how your brain works. And it puts up like this, like, I'm gonna get real, I'm a nerd, I'm gonna get real techie with y'all real quick. It puts up like a firewall from keeping certain things, and it acts almost like chemotherapy in a sense, because what chemotherapy does, chemotherapy is poison to take out poison. Sometimes what's wrong with chemotherapy though is it doesn't know the difference between poison and just regular cells. So sometimes it could be killing off things that are actually good for you, but it wouldn't know that. That's kind of what trauma does. You know what I'm saying? Trauma will keep you away. Trauma, the scar of trauma was manufactured to will sometimes keep you away from very things that are next for you. Do I feel like snitching on myself a little bit? Sure, I'll do it. There's my sisters and my brothers I've met over the last couple months in this space. They're like, Casper, when are you gonna settle down? You know what I'm saying? Nobody talk. Actually, there's a couple people that talk with that accent. I'm not gonna snitch on them, but they can't. Yes, I do already have my future wife's Instagram, Twitter handle, all that picked out. Mrs. Lee with love. We already have that picked. I have it out. She don't know yet, but I'll come up with excuses. I'll be like, bro, but man, this happened and this happened and this happens. Man, the minute somebody disappoints me, disappointment will be manufactured to keep me from prospering with people that might treat me well. You know what I'm saying? Like that happens so easily. Trauma will keep you away from something or try to cancel something out and not even realize it's good for you. That's kind of how it works, bruh. And you got to recognize that the weapon is there, what it was manufactured for. And I think sometimes knowing what the origin of these weapons and its purpose will help you deal with how you can combat this weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's important. You build up a response to it instead of reacting to it. For me, I have bipolar disorder. I gotta get up at a certain time. I gotta eat at a certain time, bare minimum. Um, did I eat today? As I just said that, I did eat today. But like there's things I have to do because I know what's manufactured to cause certain things for me not to prosper, or like an episode in which something can happen. There's things that I have to do to make sure I'm ready for the weapons that are coming against me. You know what I'm saying? That were manufactured against me, that are tailor-fitted, tailor-made for me, but will not prosper. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Um, and we also need to, and I feel like, and this is where I will bring in the church for this reason. So bear with me for those that aren't saved and don't declare the name of Jesus. Bear with me because I'm about to help y'all. And Christians, this is where apologetics is important. But we need to stop thinking because somebody is feeling the wound of the weapon that cut them, that they did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, suffering is normal. Paul in the Bible, like he knew that bondage awaited him in these areas and still went. You know what I'm saying? Jesus knew, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it scared the hell out of him, dude. He knew he was gonna have to die. And hell, John, Jesus told him, like, nigga, I can't bail you out. Like, literally was like, I can't bail you out, dog. That didn't mean that John did anything wrong for Jesus not to bail him out. Bondage and suffering is normal. It has nothing to do, feeling the cut of the wound of the weapon has nothing to do with you being guilty or not. Meaning, guys, and once again, because we talk about this climate right now, sometimes people get cut and they had no reason getting cut. Had nothing to do if they was a good person or not. You know what I'm saying? We're talking to my melanated folk. Talking for these white folks that are trying to rationalize with death to anybody that don't fit they normal in their echo chamber. Sometimes people got cut and are feeling the wound of the weapon, not because of the guilt, they were a guilty party. It's because these weapons were manufactured for them, had nothing to do with them being guilty or not. You know what I'm saying? I have bipolar disorder. I did nothing wrong to get bipolar disorder. I have synesthesia. I'm not saying I deserve it, but I'm 6'3". I did nothing to earn being 6'3". You know what I'm saying? Some people say that my bird chest, I earned that because I don't really do enough push-ups, but mind your business. But hear me out. Like, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. And then I'll bite Pastor Paul from this interview we had earlier this year. We gotta stop otherizing people by the cut that they dealt with in their lives and learn how to lament with them, how they deal with the wounds from the cut from the weapons from their lives, and humanize them more. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that got scars from weapons you will never understand. Because what gave them a scar, they're able to at least tell the story behind it. They probably wouldn't even see your scar if you were cut by that weapon, because it probably would have killed you. My sister said it earlier. The things that would put creases in some of our shoes might tear some of y'all Achilles. You know what I'm saying? We have to learn to lament and mourn and love on people as they go through the stuff, because we don't even need to understand. We need to stop trying to rationalize why it happened. We need to stop trying to play devil's advocate, because the devil got enough advocates for why they were cut by this weapon. It did not prosper. It is not important why they got cut by the weapon, why they are dealing with the wound of the weapon. You know what I'm saying? Some of us got scars that look like that have a story that come with them. Addiction, from trauma, records from addictions because of trauma, daddy issues from trauma, mommy issues from trauma, eating disorders from trauma. I don't have an eating disorder, but there's so many scars from so many weapons. Telling you, some of the things that would have put creases in some of these people's shoes. Like, I'm not saying, indeed, that women, and believe it or not, a lot of us do not want pats on the back. Like, I'm gonna be 10 years sober next year. I don't, believe it or not, like, yeah, you celebrate my recovery, cool. But like, I don't want you to be like, oh man, you're a good addict. Like, that's weird, bro. Like, some of us don't like want to be glorified for going through it, but damn it, don't dehumanize me. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me feel like Jesus made a mistake dying for me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where like I need people to understand this. Is like, just because how I got my scars different is from a weapon you may not recognize does not mean that I'm wounded or I'm weak or I'm less of a warrior or a man, because we're talking about toxic masculinity right now. Just because the scars in which that how they affected me make me less to your liking, you know what I'm saying? Don't mean there's something wrong with me. It just means you don't really know how deep these scars run, because what probably would have creased my shoes probably would have tore your Achilles. You heard me? So we need to honor each other's pain. We need to honor each other's pain and lament with them with the weapons that were manufactured for their demise, but did not prosper. And I feel like if we lament with people on their losses a lot better, it makes it so much sweeter when it's time for them to recognize the wonders of their wins. Not to put her on blast or anything like that, but there's somebody I'm super close with that is about to probably jump into something like a relationship in their life, and it's probably about to be the happiest moment of their life. And I celebrate with them. Why? Because I know they've been through some ish ball relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because I can lament in the losses that they have taken. You know what I'm saying? That they have taken. I can lament in the losses and recognize the heartbreak that probably took place in their life. I'm able to celebrate with them on the wondrous days in which that happiness, that joy, that peace, that bliss is about to enter in. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not trying to be ignorant, but that's why I don't like church. No, actually, I will be ignorant. That's why I don't like churchy folk, because some people like to act like they don't got scars. I don't like them folk. I don't want to hear about how your shoes don't got creases in them. I don't. Because if you didn't have any weapons that were manufactured against you, why are you even here? You know what I'm saying? My grandma used to always say, if the devil ain't testing you, it's probably because you're sitting in this passenger seat. I don't know. I'm just saying that you don't get to tell me, you don't get to tell my story when it ain't your scars. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to tell me how weak I am because that weapon wounded me. And you don't get to tell me how proud I can be that that weapon did not prosper against me. Because probably what would have, I'm gonna keep saying this. I mean, I might have to throw that on a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Boy, when we get to heaven, y'all gonna have to take you to her thug mansion, Maya. She was, Minnie was not playing. She came, he had them sunflower seeds. She used to watch her stories. She used to watch her Jeopardy, her Wheel of Fortune, and we break bread. You know what I'm saying? Or sunflower seeds. But yeah, like, I'm gonna keep saying this though. Like, things that probably would have creased my sneakers. Probably would have tore your Achilles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Thug Mansion. For those that know Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have one of those. I'm gonna be in. I know I'm gonna be in the ghetto in heaven. Show, hear me. But that's all I really had to say. Nobody joined me for this conversation, and that's fine. Because I feel like this was just something that I needed to kind of do. Um, and I know I'm probably gonna get chewed out by some of the thoughts I shared on here, but guess what? This is my podcast, and I say what I want. Um, but um, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Quinn. I appreciate it. I'm like feeling kind of weird. I'm trying to make sure that I make sure that y'all laughing, but like sometimes I get really nervous when I have a really good podcast and like I just want to make sure that like my microphone was hooked up and everything like that and everything my sound was good because I probably would have cried. uh but yeah, yo. That's all I had. Um that's all I really had. I didn't, I I tell people all the time like I don't want to like the reason why I had no problem like sharing what I share with y'all is because I I I'm not I start not so much I started off as a loser. Um you know what I'm saying? Like not so much I started off as a loser, but like I never cared what people thought about me when I before I knew Jesus. So I definitely didn't want to start caring after I knew him. So like I don't mind telling people like where I have my losses. I don't mind telling people like, yeah, like things ain't always sweet, bruh. Like just because I'm smiling don't mean I ain't crying about stuff in my life outside of YouTube or TikTok or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got some shit that goes on too. Yeah. First time I had a car, repoed. I'm looking at it right now. I'm also very nervous when yeah, anyway, like that's besides the point. Um but yeah, dog, like that's why I can say what I say in front of y'all because I'm free from trying to be cool with anybody. I don't even feel weird uh telling y'all what I went through or go through because it's like what is there like, you know what I'm saying? I don't live for people's acceptance, so I don't die from their rejection. That's just not where I'm at. I'm a Christian first and a black man second. As long as I reconcile with both of those things with my God and my people, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But thank you everybody for tuning in today. Um, this was good. I was cooking today. I don't know about all that. Like I think I didn't really work up a sweat, did I? That might just be my low. I don't know. No. But yeah, I'm kind of hungry now. I did now I know I worked up a sweat because I'm kind of hungry and now I want Taco Bell. Oh man. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I have no idea what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. And I'm okay with that. This is probably like the one thing about my life that has become least stressful because I'm not even in control of this. You know what I'm saying? Like God just put this on my heart was like, we're talking about this. I'm like, all right. So yeah. Uh thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Um hopefully you liked this video and you enjoyed it. Please share it with somebody. Like I said, this can be digestible to anybody, regardless if you identify with my Lord and Savior. At the end of the day, this can be applicable to the people and the masses. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to like this video, share it, subscribe if you aren't subscribed already, and where to go, and consider partnering up with us on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I got some new things coming and cooking within Tetelestai. I'm genuinely excited. I'd love for everybody to kind of be a part of it in some way, shape, or form, to some capacity. And you know what? You sharing these videos is pretty dope enough as it is. But yeah, man. Patreon's in the description. Go to the Beacon and check my clothes out. Is there anything else I wanted to say? No, I think I covered everything. But yeah, I have no idea how tomorrow's gonna go. I don't even know who I'm gonna have on, what I'm gonna talk about. I kind of got to the point where I'm just like, I'll come on here and talk if I have to. But yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Always remember, you are beautiful, blessed, and beloved. Raisins don't go on potato salad, and Jesus wasn't white. Have a good night.